Welcome back, guys. This is Travis here of Fishin' Hex. I appreciate you stopping in for another video. Today we're going to do an update on the quarantine system. Now, the last 2 days I've had some devastating losses in fish, and I'm going to explain why, and hopefully this makes sense. It took me the last couple days to figure out what the heck was going on and how to solve the problem. So, first things first, let's go over what fish were in the quarantine system, a little bit about the quarantine system, just in case you haven't seen any of my previous videos to kind of give you up to date, and then we'll get into the issue. Now, if you don't already know this is 3 separate sections that are completely sealed off from each other. They are an acrylic tank of roughly 8 gallons per section, and they are sealed off completely, so I don't have to worry about any cross-contamination between sections, parasites, or anything like that. Now, with that being said, the left section had the orange shoulder tang, the clown tang, and the butterfly fish that I adopted from Petco for $5. That was in a previous video. The middle section has 2 pipefish, the Melanoris wrasse, and the unicorn tang, and then in the right section we have the sailfin tang, who's been in quarantine for 8.5 weeks. Now, let me explain what happened. The butterfly fish passed away a few days after getting him. He was already sick, I explained that. That's why I put him in quarantine immediately. He passed away. Unfortunately, I think he brought some friends with him, some parasites. I think he brought the black ick, which is actually a worm parasite, and then there was these other hookworms. That's what I figured out what they were. They were hookworms. They all came along with him and then attacked the clown tang and the orange shoulder tang, which got hit very, very hard. I'm telling you, within a matter of 24 hours, it looked like they got hit by a truck. The orange tang, I'm not going to show you any pictures. He wasn't orange anymore. He was black, like shit brown black, if that makes any sense. He was not doing well. So what I did, guys, they were already in hyposalinity, so I went ahead and treated the tank with the first initial dose of copper, and they had a negative reaction immediately. So with that being said, I woke up yesterday. The orange shoulder tang was dead. The clown tang was floating on its side. So I removed the orange shoulder tang, and it's a waiting game at that point. This morning, the clown tang was dead when I got home, and the middle section, which has been perfect, not a single problem this entire 4 weeks of quarantine, the unicorn tang was dead. No spots, no ick, no worms, no nothing. He was just dead. Now, I still haven't figured out why he died, because everybody else, the pipefish are fine, and the Melanoris wrasse are fine. And let's move on to the right section. This is just another issue. That sailfin was, like I said, has been in quarantine, for 8.5 weeks. I was just about to pull him out. I was raising him up to 1.026, and he got black ick. Yeah, how to get black ick, which is, like I said, is that parasite, that worm. Now, I figured it out, guys. Well, I think I figured it out. I hope it makes sense. Now, if you look at the quarantine section, you see how the sponge filters, they come up in the back and they, push the bubbles out. Now, if you look up underneath, which I can't show you now because the camera's staying still at the moment, but up underneath, you see that the water is, the top of the wood is kind of wet. So that tells me that the bubbles are popping and shooting water up. Now, the only thing that comes to mind is that the bubbles are popping and shooting contaminated water into the section next to them. So that would only make sense how that sailfin got sick with black ick that was all the way over on the left side, is that the water has just been kind of transferring through the bubbles popping from the sponge filters into each section, contaminating each section and killing off all my damn fish. Now, why did I remove the cover in the first place? Well, when I initially put the left section into hyposalinity, I wasn't able to keep it stable because the water was evaporating. It was getting stuck at the top of the acrylic and then floating down to the left-hand side and dumping back into that tank, messing up the hyposalinity, and I couldn't keep it stable, so I just removed the cover. That way it evaporated evenly, not thinking that it would, the bubbles would pop and cross-contaminate all the sections, killing off, 3 fish in 2 days, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do now, which I'll show you guys here in a second, is I'm actually cutting individual sections of acrylic for each section here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it up and do a slight bend in the middle. So when the water evaporates, it will go up and then it will trickle down to the center point and then drip directly back into that section and not over to the following sections. I'm also going to be lowering the level about 2.5, 3 inches in each section, taking out about a gallon of water, so roughly a gallon, 2 gallons of water. So I'm going to sacrifice water volume, but I'm just not going to have that happen again. I mean, I just literally lost 3 fish over something stupid. And that's the kind of stuff that, I woke up this morning, I was like, really? This is how I'm going to start my day? I'm just going to lose 3 fish in 2 days and have exactly no idea what's going on. And sadly, no one's going into the main display. I mean, I had 5 fish ready to go in the main display tomorrow, but yeah, now they're sick again, so they're going to be in there for another 4 weeks. So that sailfin's been already in there for 8.5 weeks, so we're going to add 4 more to that. I have, as I said previously, I'm going to do a separate video about the black ick parasite, like I said, which is a worm, and the protocol for treating that, which I have ordered the chemical that is known to kill it. It will be here in a few days, so I'll do a video on that to go in depth and clarify that, guys, for you. Now, anyways, so I'm going to go in and we're going to start that little project right now, and we'll come back, all right? All right, so I went ahead and cut the first piece. I kind of want to show you guys how it's going to fit and the whole concept here. Now, I'm just going to put this on here real quick. Now, it fits pretty good, all right? Now, I left a little bit of overhang, which is on the far side there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it down the middle so it kind of does this just a little bit so that the water will drip back down into the reservoir. Now, let's go ahead and I'll show you. It's been there, what, for 10 seconds or so? Let's see how much water is actually on the top. See, I don't know if you can tell. But, already, that's the problem. So, I'm going to go ahead and bend this with the little handy-dandy torch, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just finished the first section, and it is already working, which is awesome. Now, unfortunately, I had to lose 3 fish before I figured this out, but it's better late than never, I guess. Now, the water is already starting to form and come down to the center, and it's only been a couple minutes, so I'm definitely happy that it's working. I'm going to go ahead and make the other 2 sections, and what I'll do, guys, I'll give you an update in about a week, and we'll go over the quarantine system and some of the changes that are going to happen within it now that the extended period of quarantine for the other fish and with the loss of the other ones. So I kind of just have to figure out what I'm going to do. I really don't want to mess with the tangs that are in the frag system because they are healthy at the moment, and I don't really want to be moving them around just to fill quarantine spots. So I'm going to think about what I want to do, and then I'll get back to you guys and let you know what the plan is. But at the moment, we are down 3 tangs, and it is what it is, but it definitely sucks. And it's not the money situation that sucks. The fact that it's something ridiculous like this, something so small, just wiped out everything. So either way, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will give you guys an update here in a little while. All right, so I appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.